Now in question 16th, we have been given that a relationship, that is strict preference, is asymmetric, that if x is preferred to y, then negation of y should be preferred to x. So this should be true, and it is negative transitive. So they have given the definition for what is negative transitive. So they have asked that if asymmetry and negative transitivity holds, then what should be true about the other things. So let's look at irreflexive. So assume that swiggle is not irreflexive. Okay, so this implies that x should be strictly preferred to x, but then this would imply that, okay, so let me call this as red x and this as blue x, black x. Okay, so they are same, I'm just writing them in this manner because you'll see, because then what this gives me is, it gives me negation of black x strictly preferred to red x, and this comes from the property which it satisfies, that is asymmetry. So you're saying that x is more preferred to x, which implies that x is not more preferred to x. So there is your contradiction. Okay, so these two statements are contradictory. This is a contradiction. Next, let's look at transitivity. So assume that preference is not transitive, which implies that if you have x strictly preferred to y and y strictly preferred to z, then you have negation of x strictly preferred to z. Okay, now let's look at what negative transitive says. So negative transitivity says that if x is more preferred to y, then either x should be more preferred to z or z should be more preferred to y. Okay, so if x is more preferred to y, then I should have one of these things, either z should be more preferred to x, or you should have y more, z should be more preferred to y, or x should be more preferred to z. X should be more preferred to z, or z should be more preferred to y. Okay, now since this thing is true, this thing needs to be false. Okay, and since we have assumed this to be true, this has to be false. So neither of these statements can be correct. So what we end up at is a contradiction. So neither of these assumptions can be correct. So that's why what we say is that both the assumptions are wrong. So it is both irreflexive and transitive. So that's option number 3.